JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, 37 Haitians land in Portland. Some 10 children are among 37 Haitians who land at Boston Beach in Portland this afternoon in a sailboat. The children are believed to be below age 9. The Haitians appear to be in good health. A medical team was scheduled to conduct screening. The police are currently monitoring the situation. The Haitians complained about being hungry and were fed by residents of the Boston community. 3 Westmoreland councillors resigned from PNP. 3 People's National Party PNP councillors in Western Westmoreland have resigned effective today over the recent selection of Ian Hales as the party's candidate for Member of Parliament in the next general election. Ian Miles of the Little London Division, Garfield James of the Sheffield Division, and Late Mackenzie of the Grangel Division this morning told reporters at a press conference that they will now serve as independent councillors.
Here we are in Hotel Flamingo. It's the resignation of 3 of the 4 sitting councillors of Western Westmoreland. It is indeed a day of mixed emotions, mixed feelings. You'll notice most persons are wearing black, sadly. This is not what we would have signed up for when we joined this noble movement, the PNP. The PNP deals with democratic socialism. That's the party that we joined, the party that we love. But in more recent times, we are seeing a shift, a change. I don't know what has risen, but that has taken over, and so the party has started rewarding loyalty instead of listening to the plea of the ordinary people. We are not willing to join the line, having had numerous discussions with the party Iraq in terms of meetings, expressing our collective agreement that we will never support the aspirant at the time, Ian Hales. And failure to do so, then we are going to do what is necessary. We are independent people by nature, and as such today, we seek to make that official by declaring our independence. Happy Independence Day. We would have decided to support Garfield James as an aspirant. He has all that it takes to lead this constituency. He is highly qualified, his integrity is intact, he has the greatest level of honesty and decency, he's a people person, and one that has all the charisma that it takes to take us to the next level. So we threw a hat behind him and decided that among the sheep, he would have been the one to shepherd us. It's a collective decision that we would have taken. So the mayor has supported us to this point. We did not force his hand in resigning because of his position at the corporation, but he has assured his fullest support.
They stated that they'll not work with Hales and do not support the party's decision. They also accused the party of poor leadership. Earlier this year, PNP councillors, including Mayor Bertel Moore, who was not present at the press conference, had indicated that they had decided to back James for the seat. The resigned councillors claimed that Moore supports their decision to leave the party. In June, PNP delegates in the constituency voted for Hales to represent the party in Western Westmoreland in the next election. Hales' selection came weeks after a massive protest against him by PNP supporters in Little London Square. Following the selection exercise, Hales called for unity in the party. Reacting to the resignations, PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell extended gratitude to the men for their service and wished them the best in their future endeavors. In a statement, Campbell said the PNP remains steadfast in its commitment to its democratic traditions and is focused on moving forward with the organizing of Western Westmoreland in accordance with the will of the people. Western Westmoreland recently participated in a democratic exercise to select its MP candidate. These 3 councillors were unsuccessful in their campaign for Mr. Garfield James to be the candidate. The delegates of the party and the citizens of the constituency have spoken, and the party is moving forward in favor of democracy and the people's will, he said. M16 rifles seized in Spanish Town, man arrested. The police on Sunday arrested a man in relation to the siege of an M16 rifle along with ammunition in Johnson Pen, Spanish Town, St. Catherine. He's been held on suspicion of breaches of the Firearms Act is to be questioned in the presence of his attorney. The police report that about 5 a.m., a team carried out an operation in the community, which is located along the popular St. John's Road. The team went into a lane and, during a search, the weapon with a magazine containing 5.56 rounds of ammunition was seized, according to the police. The man, who is an auto body repairman, was held. His name has been withheld, pending further investigation. 7 arrested. $14 million in cocaine seized in Montego Bay drug bust. 7 people, including 3 suspected drug traffickers, were arrested last night in St. James in an anti-narcotics operation. The operation was conducted by the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency MOCA, supported by detectives from the Police's Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigations Branch CTOC and Narcotics Division. It was carried out in St. James and Hanover. MOCA says the 7 people are to be interviewed and processed ahead of being formally charged. It is reported that a team of MOCA agents and police personnel went to a premises in Montego Bay in search of a suspected drug trafficker who was wanted for questioning in connection with multiple local and international drug trafficking offenses. During the operation, the individual and the 6 other people were arrested pending further investigations. During a search of the premises, approximately 9 kilograms of cocaine with a local street value of approximately $14 million was found, along with a large quantity of cash, a number of electronic devices and a motor vehicle, according to MOCA. All 7 people were later taken into custody for further processing. The collaborative efforts between MOCA, CTOC, the Narcotics Police and the JCF's Technical Services Division were instrumental in this operation. It shows the strength of the partnership between the agencies in the fight against major organized crime and the shared commitment towards dismantling transnational criminal networks, said Major Basil Jarrett, Director of Communications at MOCA. Jarrett also emphasized the importance of community engagement and public support and encouraged citizens to report any information related to organized crime and corruption to MOCA's tip line at 888-MOCA-TIP. Shopkeeper gunned down in St. James. The Montego Bay police are probing the death of 59-year-old shopkeeper Verrill Fliner of Cedar Hill, Somerton, St. James on Sunday. The police report that about 7 a.m., residents heard explosions and summoned them. During a check by a police team, Fliner was found clad in a white merino and blue jeans pants, lying face down in blood with bullet wounds to the head and upper body. He was transported to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Investigations are ongoing. Justice lawyer Champagne chides police over discriminatory statement. Prominent defense attorney King's Counsel Peter Champagne is concerned that members of the police force are making statements that may affect the ability of his client, entertainer Jashi, to earn through his chosen vocation. A statement which was said to be attributed to a police officer claimed that anyone wishing to engage Mr. Clark for shows should consult the police before they do so. This is an unfortunate statement, Champagne said. Champagne believes that the statement is discriminatory and calculated to damage his client's reputation because he is from a poor socio-economic background. For one, it gives the impression that the police are incapable of providing one of their core duties, to protect. One cannot make these kind of statements because they can restrict or damage the economic livelihood of my client. It also begs a further question whether the statement would have been uttered were it another businessman from another community, he said. Champagne confirmed that Josh visited the police on Friday and was subsequently interviewed and released. He wasn't detained. They just wanted to speak to him about the shooting incident on Friday, Champagne said. 6 members of Josh's entourage were injured Friday morning when gunmen shot up a convoy in which the entertainer was traveling outside of Marketplace in St. Andrew. In the wake of the incident, the St. Andrew Central Police had made a public appeal that they were interested in speaking to the 25-8 DJ. The dancehall artist had been questioned and released by detectives attached to the St. Andrew North Division in relation to the murder of 45-year-old businessman Omar Wright, otherwise called Romy. Wright was gunned down on Shortwood Road on June 7. It was rumored that the now deceased had an altercation with Joshy's mother, which led to a verbal dispute with the entertainer. Joshy has strongly denied those allegations. Family tragedy. The St. Andrew North Police have reportedly taken a soon-to-be mother into custody after she fatally stabbed a man during a domestic dispute at their home in Mount Ogle, St. Andrew, over the weekend. According about 8:15 p.m. Saturday, the incident has, since then, sent residents' tongues wagging as the community discusses the deadly incident in public court. The residents were largely struck by the reality of one young individual facing murder charges and another's family left to plan a funeral. The deceased is 31-year-old Ryan West, unemployed, of a Mount Ogle address. Reports are that West and the 18-year-old accused had a dispute and a knife was used to stab him. According to the police, they resided at the same location and the dead man was in a relationship with the accused's aunt. Information received is that the two parties had an altercation and West held onto the suspect's neck. She reportedly managed to free herself and ran to a house where she armed herself with a knife. The young woman and West, residents said, subsequently crossed paths in a walkway leading to the yard where another altercation developed between them, during which she used the knife to stab him in the neck. West collapsed and was later assisted to the Kingston Public Hospital, KPH, where he was pronounced dead. It is understood that a knife, believed to be the weapon involved in the incident, was retrieved from the scene. Yesterday, residents said there had been a contentious vibe in the area since another woman became pregnant with West's child and he started a new relationship. Them say they have no respect, that is what them have it to say. That don't give him any right for liquor or free she stab him. People must try to resolve differences without violence, a resident said. It was not immediately clear what specifically triggered Saturday's incident, but residents say they saw it coming. The entire world was black. Suppose they say people pure crowd full up the street when they hear what happened. Some people in a shock and some say they never know it then lead to this. She pregnant and I look upon jail time and film family a funeral for plan, a resident said. It is understood that the deceased man's family was struggling to come to terms with his death. The Corporate Communications Unit CCU confirmed the incident and said investigations are ongoing. At the same time, the police encouraged citizens to seek help with domestic violence or issues affecting families in and around the household. The Jamaica Constabulary Force's Domestic Violence Intervention Centers provide assistance to anyone who is being abused in any way by their partner. Persons who need help are encouraged to call or visit the DVI center or police station closest to them. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.